The new Eradicators boast a new weapon on the battlefield, the Melta rifle. With this new and improved gun, they're proving to be extremely effective anti-tank infantry. But I've got some beef with them. The backhand holds the Melta rifle like a normal rifle, and this front hand holds this top handle in a really awkward way. Like, try to hold a rifle like this. Not very comfortable. Especially considering when there's a perfectly good area underneath the rifle to hold it. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to make a quick conversion to allow these boys to hold a rifle like a rifle and not whatever this is. In today's Kitbash, I'll be utilizing a bolt rifle from the Primaris Intercessor kit and the arms that accompany it, due to looking very similar to a Melta rifle at first glance. The bolt rifle in this kit is modular, so I'll also be utilizing the piece that turns the bolt rifle into an assault bolt rifle. Here's an Eradicator from the Indomitus box set with his core body built, with any remnants of arms or shoulders cut off from his body, leaving the bare torso. Here on the assault bolt rifle component, we'll want to cut right above the ammo box, shown here, and attach the remaining piece to the blank bolt rifle. With the assault bolt rifle prepared, here on the Melta rifle, we'll be needing the lower tank and some excess on the top, the hose, and the front end of the Melta component. I start off by removing the back end of the rifle. This will make cutting off those extra pieces with an X-Acto easier, since it'll sit flush with your table. Afterwards, go ahead and file the parts where it connected to the rifle flat to attach to the bolt rifle later. Now for this tank component here, you'll want to leave a portion of the part where it connected to the Melta intact, and trim it down to about 1 millimeter or half a millimeter tall and wide enough to fit into the slot where the ammo box would have been on the assault rifle. You may have to trim the area to key the tank in, so work slowly and use plastic glue for a strong connection when everything fits snugly. Here I remove the front components of the bolt rifle and the small strap attachment point underneath with my clippers. This would have been easier if I would have done it earlier, but I didn't think about it, and it's nothing a clipper, file, and a little bit of patience can't fix. Once you get the lower tank glued on and all straight, we'll move on to the hose. The hose connection isn't perfect here, but for my purposes it'll look good enough. You could use a little fire to bend the plastic into a better position, but I didn't want to lose the details on the hose. What you'll want to do is cut and file the connecting parts until they fit flat onto the rifle and the tank, then glue them together with plastic glue. Again, just take your time and check your progress often so you don't overcut or oversand. Afterwards, I use a toothpick to slip a little super glue on the back side of the joints. Since it was on the back, I wasn't too worried about clogging details. You won't notice it unless you knew it was there. This tiny bit of super glue will help reinforce the joints. Finally, use some plastic glue on the Melta barrel to attach it to the front of the rifle. Try to get it straight and flush here, or you'll either have a droopy barrel or a gun that's a little too excited to melt some Xenos. And here's the new Melta rifle attached to an Eradicator. Note that I had to trim the thumb off the hand that connects with the chest to allow the shoulders to sit further back on the torso. Afterwards, I covered up the joint with a spare pauldron from an aggressor's kit I had laying around, and a custom 3D printed chapter badge on the other shoulder. And that's how I went about making new Melta rifles. The official Melta rifles just didn't make sense to me. If you're a 7-foot tall superhuman in reinforced Gravis armor, why would you need a really awkward design top handle for a rifle. Granted, it's a bit bigger than your normal bolt rifle, but if you wanted to carry a rifle like that, you'd be better off angling the back handle upwards slightly and implementing a horizontal top handle for a less clumsy grip when you're hip firing the thing. Anyways, my new Melta rifles don't look too much different from the official ones at a glance. Like I mentioned, they're a bit smaller than the official ones, but honestly, just seeing my troops holding a rifle correctly was worth the time. If you don't have intercessor arms and rifles laying around, then this might not be a worthwhile conversion for you, unless you also like the end result. But my intercessor kit was bought with the intention of cannibalizing it, so I think I got my money's worth. The Primaris aesthetic is a bit too clean for my taste, and when it comes to some of the new Indomitus units, they do fit the old Space Marine vibes, but in particular, I find the Eradicators a bit too bland for my taste. While I've sort of corrected it a bit here with some pouches and some purity seals, I'm drawing a blank as to what else I can do to them to spice them up. I gave the Sergeant a relic hanging from his waist, an extra bit for my Aggressor's kit, but that's about it. I'm not sure how effective throwing random relics and trinkets is going to be for these guys, so I'll just consider them good enough for now. You may have also noticed that I assembled these boys temporarily with blue poster tack. I like doing this so I can make adjustments as I build, and eventually paint in sub-assemblies. Blue tack is one of my most used tools during conversions. Holding pieces together just long enough for you to step back and line up parts is pretty good. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. Thank you for watching this video. It's been another entry in my build diary for my custom chapter, the Tua de Danann, a chapter based on Celtic and Gaelic folklore. If you're curious about them or just want to keep up with the progress, I'll be making a playlist of all the relevant videos, which will be updated with new conversions as they come along, and eventually the painting videos as well. Thanks again for watching, share the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.